Have you ever imagined that a small snake can bring in hundreds of yuan in revenue every year? In China, this is completely true. Captive farms are not only the saviors of this reptile species, which was once hunted to the point of restlessness, but also extremely powerful money machines. With the title of precious medicinal herb, geckos now not only help cure diseases, but also cure the financial worries of their owners. They have even become market stars, creating a hunting fever that makes anyone who hears about them curious. Are you ready to enter the world of geckos, from their fascinating secrets to how farms are turning them into money-making machines? Join me as I explore China's largest gecko farm in this video. Adult geckos are relatively large in body size. They can reach 30 to 40 centimeters in length and weigh around 150 to 300 grams, depending on care. When kept in an ideal environment, their lifespan can be between 10 and 18 years. The gecko's head is slightly flattened with large, prominent eyes in unique colors such as brown or orange. The special thing is that these eyes have an extremely good ability to focus, helping them observe prey or objects for a long time without blinking. Geckos are also known for their ability to move flexibly on all surfaces, from smooth flat surfaces to vertical walls. This is thanks to the special structure of their feet. Geckos' feet have millions of microscopic hairs. Each hair branches into smaller hairs called spatulas, which are extremely small at the nanoscale. These nanospoons create an electrostatic attraction between the gecko's feet and the surface they cling to, a phenomenon known as van der Waals forces. This allows the gecko to cling firmly to any surface without fear of falling. Based on the biological characteristics and living habits of geckos, Chinese farmers have designed suitable farm models, providing an ideal living environment for them. Gecko cages are usually made of durable materials such as bricks, cement, or mesh for wood, with each cage measuring about 2.2 meters, 1.2 meters high, and about 1.5 meters wide. Inside the cages, farmers arrange tree trunks or wooden branches to create a place for geckos to breed and lay eggs. Once the cage has been properly prepared, the gecko that is close to adulthood will be released into the cage to acclimate to its new environment. This process is especially important because if it does not acclimate, the gecko may not thrive or even reproduce. In winter, when the temperature drops below 20 Celsius, geckos often enter a hibernation phase. When spring comes and the weather warms up, they will begin their mating phase. Female geckos from 6 months old, reaching a weight of about 50 to 60 grams, will begin to lay eggs. A female gecko can lay 2 to 3 eggs at a time, which are coated with a natural glue to help the eggs adhere to the wooden branches inside the cage. After a few hours, the eggshells harden, creating the best conditions for the development of the embryo inside. The incubation process lasts about 3 months, after which the eggs will hatch into baby geckos. In the wild, baby geckos often live in the same nest as their parents until the nest becomes too crowded, forcing them to find a new home. To ensure that geckos grow healthily and bring high economic value, proper care and nutrition are indispensable factors. Geckos are nocturnal predators, so farmers often feed them early in the morning and at night, twice a day. Each meal lasts about 20 minutes, enough for them to consume the necessary amount of food. The main food of geckos includes insects such as crickets, mealworms, or other protein-rich foods. To save time and make management easier, breeders often set feeding times and closely monitor the health of geckos to detect abnormalities early. After collecting the remaining food in the cage, the farmer will prepare a new diet to ensure that the gecko is always provided with adequate nutrition. Geckos have a special preference for crickets, so in many farms, farmers often combine the gecko farming model with the cricket farming model. This not only helps provide a source of fresh and high-quality food, but also significantly reduces costs during the farming process. Geckos can eat up to 20 crickets at a time, so when choosing food, breeders need to pay attention to the size of the crickets to make sure they are suitable. If the crickets are too large, breeders should cut the insects into bite-sized pieces so that the geckos can digest them easily, avoiding the risk of digestive tract obstruction. In addition to crickets, breeders can also supplement their diet with other foods such as sea fish, dried shrimp to diversify their diet, helping geckos develop more comprehensively and healthily. However, to ensure safety, breeders should avoid feeding geckos insects that can cause disease such as worms, spiders, cockroaches, and some other species. After about 12 months of rearing, the gecko will reach its ideal size and weight, ready to be harvested. Depending on the intended use, gecko can be processed in many different ways. If the gecko is used live, the preparation process begins by removing its head and for legs. Next, the processor will make an incision along the back to remove the skin, open the belly, and remove all the internal organs. After cleaning, the gecko will be cut into small pieces, marinated, and processed into dishes such as gecko porridge. After processing, the geckos will be washed, drained, and then dipped in ginger water to remove the fishy smell. Next, they are dried in the sun or dried with a specialized machine. When they reach the required dryness, the geckos will be ground into a fine powder for use in Oriental medicine. Another way to prepare gecko is to soak it in wine. According to traditional medicine, gecko wine is considered a nutritious drink, effective in reducing fatigue, treating coughs, asthma, bone pain, and supporting kidney function. In addition, many high-end restaurants also include fresh geckos on their menus with unique, nutritious dishes. Gecko meat is not only delicious, but also has high nutritional value, is a rich source of protein, and is favored by many diners. With its diversity in processing methods and uses, geckos are not only a source of sustainable economic income, but also a treasure in traditional medicine, helping to improve health and quality of life. Thank you for taking the time to watch today's video. Hopefully, this interesting information has given you a new perspective on this special gecko species.